just want to make sure.
Yes.
Just for information purposes, the IT amount of 389,000, basically represents half of today's total. And if somebody would care to address just exactly what that 389 represents.
I think 375,000, some of it's for the siren program, correct?
Sirens program, I thought it was separate.
There,
Excuse me, Chairman.
Yes.
On that IT, Commissioner Sanders, a lot of that is also the fact that all the equipment that we had to buy to catch up this year.
Yeah, I understand all that. I'm just for the public's information, because it is
Yes,
it's a
we had to
huge
buy
amount.
Equipment and update a lot of our computers because they were still Windows 7. So we had to get everything updated and secure, so that's why it's that amount.
All right, hey, thank you.
And also it was a siren program to do with our radio system, the updating on that, the statewide system.
we just got the bill for the siren update, and that's where the 300 and about 75,000 that was approved a year and a half ago, that's where that came into play.
Any other questions? Now I'll look for a motion to approve the accounts payable.
I'll make that motion.
Okay, you have a motion by Commissioner Marsh, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Commissioner Zander. Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander.
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
Commissioner Messer.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Next, we'll go into establishing precincts and polling places.
So we had quite a significant change in our precincts. Obviously, we went from using townships, section and ranges, which is what this map that you are presented with has on it. But they use census blocks for the new legislative changes. And so we had to accommodate, if you see some half blocks and such, we had to accommodate the fact that they use census blocks instead of townships, section and ranges. It has made quite a bit of mess for us on the voting side, but this is what we were able to come up with to stay at 8 precincts. And we did have the state look at this just to make sure that they thought that this was acceptable. And they did think that this was acceptable for the information that we have.
So you're just looking for a motion to adopt precincts as presented?
Yes, to adopt, I'm looking for a motion to adopt the 8 precincts, to stay at 8 precincts, and then to list just the precinct 1 45-3601 or in precinct 2 45-3602, just so that it's on record that it's been approved based on those precinct stats that are on the paper.
Mr. Chairman, do you want me to read those individually?
We need to amend the record, right?
I would just say, yeah,
Okay.
precinct 1 45.
I would move that we adopt the 8 precincts for Stark County as follows. Precinct 1 is 45-3601. Precinct 2 is 45-3602. Precinct 3 is 45-3603. Precinct 4 is 45-3604. Precinct 5 is 45-3701. Precinct 6 is 45-3901. Precinct 7 is 45-3902. And Precinct 8 is 45-3903.
You have a motion, by Commissioner.
Second.
You have a second by Commissioner Zander. Any other discussion? Do a roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander.
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries. Then we need to approve the voting centers for 2022. The early voting center will be Prairie Hills Mall. Absentee voting center will be the Stark County Courthouse Auditor's Office. And then the election day voting centers will be the Prairie Hills Mall, the Ajuk Activities Center, Belfield City Hall, and Richardson City Hall. I look for a motion to approve the voting centers.
I'll move to approve the voting centers as stated by Chairman Franchuk, and they include the early voting center, absentee voting center, and election day voting centers.
Okay, I have a motion. Do I have a second?
A second.
Okay, I have a second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote, Commissioner Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Messer.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carried. And the next we'll go into the amendments for our 2021 budget. Or where do you want to start in the amendments?
So I kind of went over with Commissioner Messer, just so somebody would know what we're looking for amendments. We did the fund balances, the fund balance, and then with the changes, and then if you see on the right-hand side, the new fund balances, that reflects that dollar amount for the general fund, the 19,798.99 does include the CDs that the county has as 6.75 million, which is something that I would like to discuss in 2022 to push those over to long-term investments. But as of right now, that has to be included in there. And then really it's just a couple changes that didn't match up for ones that need transfers or were over budget and need to be amended to reflect that.
So, Mr. Chairman,
Yes,
I would move, we'll start on the top and work down as adjustments that we need. I would move that account number 2110 Farm to Market Road be amended by $620,642.12 to an amended budget amount of $2,618,792.12.
okay, motion to amend, do I have a second?
What line item are you referring
Uh,
to?
21 check.
About the fifth one down from the top.
2110,
Okay, I'm sorry.
Right here.
Oh, here we go. 2110. I'll second that.
okay, I have a motion, a second, any other discussion? We need to roll call on these, each one of these.
Mr. Messer, can you speak up? I can't hear you. Which one were we on? The-
Line number.
2110,
2110, is this better?
Okay, yes, much, thank you.
No problem.
okay. Roll call vote then. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander, Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carried. Okay,
So would move down to budget line item or budget account number 2155, Special Road and Bridge. I would move that we do a budget amendment of $34,812.90 to move that number to 369,465.40.
Yeah, I'll second that.
a motion a second, any other discussion? Roll call vote then, Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Okay, then move to Veteran Service Office budget or account number 2920. And I would move a budget amendment in the amount of $8,182.68. And the amended budget amount would be $184,809.46.
Second.
A motion and a second. Other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Then account number 6010, all grants. I would do a budget amendment of 97,076.60 to the budgeted amount of $2,923.40. That's where we are. Is that?
Yes,
correct?
so
Okay.
the budget amount was 100,000, but there was only 2,923.40 this year.
Second.
Okay, a motion and a second. Any other discussion?
What exactly is this, Karen, on the all grants?
The all grants has a lot to do with the, like, any sort of grants coming in for even the sheriff. I believe that one was the sheriff's department. Does that sound right, Sherry? There are different grants that the sheriff's department gets. The only reason why I'm amending it is because we're waiting for some of their money to come in, and so their account currently in that line item is negative because the money hasn't hit yet from that grant.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Okay, any other discussion? Roll call vote then. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Then to account number 6024, state reimbursement, I would move to amend that budget by $4,997.92 to an amended budget amount of $1,002.08.
Okay, I have a motion, do I have a second?
Yeah, second.
Second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander, Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Then account number 6035, other reimbursements, I would move that we amend the budget by $191,267.06 to an amended budget number of 176,053.26.
Second.
Motion and second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Then to account number 6043, special operations. I would move that we amend the budget by $26,288.36 to a amended budget amount of $71,288.36.
I'll second that, but I have a question.
Yes.
Special operations, can you, again, for the public, just kind of
So the
give us an explanation of that?
The special operations account was put into use by the sheriff's department when they receive money from some of the donations. And then it is used to, do their gifts, like the trucks that they get. It's basically receives money in from donations and then it goes out based on events that they do.
Most of that money has come from Burlington Northern and Walmart.
So it's like a clearing account for you, or?
It is a It's sorry, excuse me. It's like, yeah, I mean, essentially it goes to community programs. So like the BNSF one was for K-9 and community programs. Walmart one was specifically for community programs. We use it for National Night Out, stuff like that, so. Easter egg hunt that we had, all different kinds of stuff we done.
So basically, the only reason why there's a negative balance in there, and I want to zero it out, is because a payment would have been received sometime at the beginning of this year, and it would have been put into their general account instead of that special operations, but then the money was used for events, and so we basically just need to make that account good.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Okay, roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Okay, account number 6044, the COVID-19 account. I would move that we amend the budget by $2,484,289.88 to the actual amount of $2,484,289.88.
Motion, do I have a second?
I'll second.
Have a second? Any other discussion?
Just a real quick question again, Karen. So we have spent money out of that account. This is not ARPA, this is the COVID account from last year.
No, that is combined. The $2,484,289.88 is the total that was spent out of the COVID account this year.
Got it. Okay, so this is the spent amount.
Yes, but you will have to go off those worksheets I can provide for you to see what was pledged for next year's budget.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
Then account 6048, the Siren account. I move we amend the budget from 50,000 to the 204,583.49, which is an increase of 154,583.49.
Motion, do I have a second?
Yeah, second.
A second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
Aye.
Chair votes aye, motion carries.
And then account number 7402, the New England Ambulance account. I move we make a budget amendment of 36,635.21 to reflect the amended budget amount of 57,635.21.
A motion, to have a second.
I'll second.
Second. You have a question?
You know, sometimes because it says New England Ambulance, people get confused. That ambulance district does take a considerable amount of Stark County, and that is our obligation to reimburse them for our portion of it. But I guess we went from original budget to 21 to 30, was it 57? Is that, was that for equipment or something?
For the New England Ambulance, they do get a contribution and stuff from us too, every year, but I think the biggest chunk of that is probably the COVID disbursements that we did.
Okay, and that's what I was thinking you were gonna say. So
Yep.
that, when you say COVID, is that also reflected in the COVID fund? that same amount
That's reflected in what was paid out.
out of the
This,
COVID fund?
this New England ambulance line is just showing basically, the only reason why that one needs to be amended is because that's what was actually paid out was 57,635.21.
But being COVID money, correct?
There is some COVID money. I'm assuming that when we paid out the check, we would have put it under New England Ambulance, but they also get a contribution from us too.
Right, no, I
Yeah.
understand. Okay, thank you.
So, excuse me, on that, Chairman, so like Richardson, we take care of them within the budget, and Hebron, Gladstone, why don't we take care of them during the budget time?
We do budget, Richardson Taylor Ambulance received, 126,555.88 in
Okay.
money last year. It just happened to be, they only put 21,000 on the New England line, and what was actually dispersed to them was 57. So that's the only reason why I need an amendment. There's no transfer of money or anything like that.
Okay, thank you.
Other questions or comments? Roll call vote, Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
chair votes aye, motion carries.
Commissioner Messer, do you want to go back to 6038?
Sure.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Yes, I'm sorry. I
Nope,
skipped,
it's okay.
skipped one. Account number 6038, judgment execution. I would move we make it a budget amendment of $11,676.37 to a total budget amount, or amended budget amount, rather, of $161,676.37.
Okay, we have a motion to have a second.
Second.
You missed, we got the second? Okay. Any other discussion? Roll call vote then. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
chair votes aye, motion carried.
Okay, so then in order to make those numbers balance, under account number 1,000, the general account, I would move that we make a budget adjustment of $77,168.18, which is made up of $71,913.62 in account 6018, Stark County Victim Witness, and $5,254.56 in the Special Operations account, for a total of the $77,168.18.
What was the second one?
52, line number 6043.
All right.
I have a motion to have a second.
What was the first one? What was the other one, Commissioner Messer?
6018, Stark County Victim Witness, 71,913.62.
Okay, thank you.
I have a motion to have a second.
Yeah, second.
Second. Any discussion? Roll call vote then. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander,
Aye.
Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
chair votes aye, motion carries. Does that cover everything?
No, we need one more. We have to transfer some money from 2150 highway tax distribution in the amount of $421,018.71 into the Farm to Market Road account number 2110. And again, that amount is 421,018.71. I move that we do that transfer.
A motion to second. Any discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander, Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod,
Aye.
chair votes aye, motion carried.
I have one more that I missed. I'm sorry. It is for highway tax distribution for 219,62 to make their budget 2,384,666.90.
Oh, got it. So on your spreadsheet, account number 2150, the proposed second column, the budget amendment in the amount of $4,219.62, so that the amended budget account number would be $2,384,666.90.
Second.
Motion a second. Any other discussion? Roll call vote. Commissioner Messer,
Aye.
Commissioner Zander, Commissioner Marsh,
Aye.
Commissioner Arthod.
I,
Chair votes aye. Motion carries. Do we get it all now?
That would be everything.
Okay. We'll take care of everything on the budget. Anything else? If not, look for a motion to adjourn.
I'll make that motion to adjourn.
Okay, the motion to adjourn, have a second.
I'll second that.
Second, all in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Those opposed?
I.
Those opposed? Motion carries. Thank you.
Were we supposed to do pledge of assets here?
No,
Okay.
we do that in January.